Hello, hello, hello there, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC, celebrating year number 20 of the model computer trade and more that comes to you. Make sure you go to yourcomputerneeds.net for more information. If you do have any questions, yourcomputerneeds.net/contact. Again, yourcomputerneeds.net/contact. I have mentioned a good number of times I try to make sure to keep it short. Does that always happen? No. But the attempt will still happen today. Another thing I need to mention, you can, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And in addition to that, the links, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of that, I'll make sure those are in the comments as well. If you would rather reach out to me with those links, feel free to do so. Again, after this, everything will be in the comments as far as LinkedIn, YouTube, and all of that. For YouTube, it'll be in the show notes, and LinkedIn, it will be in the first comment, and that will follow along suit with the others. But welcome to spring. That's another thing, too. For many people, they're glad to see that. I'm taking the Friday Q&A in a little different direction this morning. Now, if you still happen to have questions, your computer technology questions, feel free to mention them. And you can also, on all social media platforms, leave those questions in the chat. Some of them I'll address today. If I don't have time, some of the questions will be featured next week. The reason why I'm taking the Friday Q&A, well, today's Friday Q&A, a different direction, is because, yes, these questions deal with computers and technology, but it's going to deal with as far as my takeaways from the Apex UT's Small Business Matchmaker event that happened yesterday. For those who checked out the post and gave a like or whatever, I appreciate it and thank you very much. But let me mention this first. I had mentioned that this coming Monday, prices will need to increase. That will still happen, but instead of this coming Monday, it will be the last Monday of the month, the 31st. Reason being, I had a whole lot going on, and then another thing too, I did have some people slide some messages to me like, oh, we were still looking for the information on the price discounts, and they will be listed starting later today. So I'm going to give it another week. However, in case there is a change, there will be a posting in regards to that. Other than that, it's going to be March 31st, and I will be announcing any discounts or whatever each day, again, starting later today or tomorrow. It'll either be today or tomorrow, one of the two, and then I'll go on from there. I want to mention, as far as the Apex UT Small Business Matchmaker, for those who are familiar with Apex, and also all the links of what I'm talking about is going to be part of the comments too. They are the counselors that help small businesses understand the process of federal government contracting and trying to understand the process as far as how to bid, how to try to bid as a subcontractor, what needs to be done, and all that from there. And that's our overall thing, number one. They used to be called PTEC, Procurement Technical Educational Centers, but a couple of years ago they changed to Apex. So there are people who are probably more familiar with that acronym, PTEC. And there also have been, depending on which region you are from, it was either called PTAC or PTEP, if my memory serves me correctly, which is a Procurement Technical Educational Program. In case I'm wrong, I'll make sure the information is corrected. But again, I'm going by memory. But I believe I'm right. I will be double checking that. Let's bring back to the Matchmaker. So a good number of things. One of the main questions I had was, as far as on the computers and technology and digital realm, with the way the climate is at this time, are there still opportunities for what I do? The computer, technology, and digital world can be quite a specific and at the same time broad industry category, because there are so many parts as far as the computers and technology world. I'm on the side that's considered, the training, the desktop, the soft skills. Those are some of the subtopics right there. A little bit of the information technology IT side, yes, I do. But mainly what's considered soft skills, the training of the software programs, the Microsoft ones, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and all of that. Is there or are there opportunities that are still in place for a good number of small business owners who probably fit or don't fit some of, as you've heard, some of the diversity, inclusion, equity realms? What's going on as far as that is concerned? And then I would say the third question that could come up when it comes to such an event is, with all of that happening, are there still those type of events happening in which small business owners can either virtually or in person come to the table, present what they offer, and there can be discussions? So those are the questions for today that I'm going to address and answer in this format. So as far as attending any type of what's called a small business matchmaker, I would highly recommend that. If you can't attend in person, at least attend virtually if you have the chance. I had the opportunity, more so than I thought, thank goodness, number one, to meet up with my Apex Accelerator, my Apex counselor. His name is Mr. Durliat, Doug Durliat. I'm just going to say right now, I am going to miss you very much so, and it's going to be toward the end of the month. Happy retirement to you. When he assured me of that, I was like, okay, he's not he's not being taken away. Not in a way that's been happening lately. No, he's going to officially retire because he met his work time and all of that. So I'm wishing him the best of the retirement. I just found out who my new one will be, and I'll have to meet with her when I get the chance. But the thing is that I had the chance to bring up questions that I had and that were my concern to this event, as far as what opportunities are there. Are there in place still tools and resources to help us out as small business owners? Are there current opportunities in which we're able to check out, take advantage of, sign up on their portals and all of that from there? And when I was saying the opportunity worked out more so than I thought, I had a chance to talk with two of the companies in which there were some questions that I had that were pressing issues that I had not been able to address online, or I had not been able to address on the phone. So those two entities just happened to be there at this event yesterday, and I was so glad because I was able to directly ask any questions, and I was able to directly address any concerns that I had. And the forthcoming action is about to be immediate. One of them, we're both checking our calendars, and I need to get in contact with this person later to arrange for a meeting next week. The other entity, in regards to a pressing matter, I was able to mention what that matter was, and I'll need to do a follow-up on what resolution can be made. So I was able to have that handled and get the process going. I'm getting that taken care of. So wonderful about that. Secondly, it was a type of matchmaker event, kind of like speed dating, so to say, where you have 10 minutes to give your elevator pitch about your business, have the company or the agency or whoever find out about your business, and exchange card information. Are there opportunities? Are there not opportunities? Are there interests, and all of that from there? If there is or is not an interest, is there a possibility for referrals, or maybe a entity or business that's working along with that particular company, and on from there. So there was that. There was also, I was able to talk with one of the agencies, and actually one of those represented one of the Department of Defense agencies, and the representatives, well, 3 of the representatives were from the U.S. Air Force. Shout out to the U.S. Air Force. Thank you all for your services. Greatly appreciate you all. The subject came up as far as the Small Business Administration was concerned and their particular certifications. In the discussion about that, some of my concerns were, okay, with everything happening lately, there's talks about some of the small business offices or the SBA offices being relocated. So how will that be for us as a small business? Helpful, not helpful? Who do we talk to, and all of that? The B part of that is there are already areas in which there isn't an SBA presence. With everything happening, what do we as small businesses do as far as that is concerned? Another discussion came up. I have to laugh because here it goes. The initiative as far as, only American-made products and services. Okay, yes, that's mentioned. And only as far as the product side too, can be a part of if a business is trying to get a contract with any in the military or anything as far as the Department of Defense. My viewpoint was, okay, understandable, but you still are getting parts from across the globe. So how is this going to work out? They were like, we understand what you're saying, but our hands are tied. We got to do what we got to do. I said, I understand. I understand you had to do what you got to do. Hey, no argument for me as far as that is concerned. But what was the thing a lot of people mentioned, let's address the elephant in the room. So we got into a quiet discussion as far as that is concerned. It was a great discussion, but it was quiet discussion because they were like, we do understand, but we really, unfortunately, don't have an answer to that question. And then actually there is a C part. Usually when there is a company one from the other side, usually they or you guys or something like that. In the small business world, that needs to be understood. But when one of the gentlemen mentioned that I had to waive, and the other, I think one was a sergeant, if I remember correctly. Sergeant lieutenant, I can't remember. But one of the younger men had to let the person know, like, she is the company. Hello. They were trying like, hey, when you have that type of understanding, it's a wonderful thing. But he out of respect I understand you're a solopreneur, but, I said I understand. So, that was going on. And again, we had a real good discussion. One of the other things, and then I'm going to wrap this up, when it comes to the last question I had mentioned earlier, there was the atmosphere of the reassurance and the relief and the release of some of the stress that presenting my questions and concerns at these tables informed me, and I can say for a good number of us who do have their concerns, that opportunities are still there. If you need help, especially with the changes almost required for these small business certifications, if you need help, where to reach out to, and all of that. So I will say, as far as yesterday, it was a success and more to come. The other thing I need to say is make sure you have a great day. Make sure you have a great weekend. The other parts from last week will be shared out, but I need to make sure this one is posted. Everybody make sure you take care. Again, Amber Hawkins, your computer needs of Toledo, LLC, celebrating year number 20 of computer training, more that comes to you. Price increase March 31st, unless otherwise noticed. Again, have a good one. Bye-bye.